It's Reezy, owner of the Reason Sports Network, reporting live from the Reason Sports Center, and today we have an ACC matchup, two top 15 teams, the Clemson Tigers and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Now, we'll be focusing on Andrew Rice, the star cornerback for the Clemson Tigers, one of the best players in the nation, the best cornerback in the nation. He won the Jim Thorpe Award, the award given to the best defensive back in the country, as a true freshman last year. And he led his team to having the #1 defense in the nation. So far, it's looking like Clemson's having the #1 defense in the nation again. And today he's going up against some dogs at wide receiver. Georgia Tech arguably has the best wide receiver core in the nation. They for sure got the fastest. They got subscribers all over the team. So in preparation for this week, Andrew has been training very hard at practice. The scouting report on Georgia Tech says that when everyone's covered downfield, the quarterback loves to take off immediately. Andrew has been practicing for this all week long, playing man coverage and keeping his eyes in the backfield. I don't think that'll be too much of a surprise for this Clemson defense. Last week they played against the Miami Hurricanes and they had stars all over the field. LaRon Dimes, his older brother AJ Dimes, and his father Anthony Dimes was at the game. And on top of that, we had star recruits at the game, Curtis Roll and Malachi Pierre. I don't think this would be too much of an obstacle for this Clemson defense because they played against a dog wide receiver in Tony Dimes and a very athletic quarterback in Javier Rodriguez. Welcome to Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, where we have the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets facing off against the Clemson Tigers. Here's a look at both teams' defensive stats on the season. 99 passing yards allowed, 65 rushing yards allowed, 3 sacks and 1 interception per game. That's tremendous for this Clemson defense. On the first drive of the game, Clemson will start off on defense. 3rd down and 13, Andrew gets beat, but the safety bailed him out on the play. 11-yard reception, tackling Emmanuel Ruiz. Clemson then goes up 7-0 over Georgia Tech. Rice is at the line of scrimmage right here, presses the man, but they keep it on the ground. Clemson ends up tackling him. 2nd down and 6. Man coverage. Once again, quarterback decides to take off just like he did in the scouting report, and he ends up getting sacked. 3rd down and 11. Man coverage again, throws it to Griffin. Ends up being short of the 6. 8-yard gain, 4th down and 3. Amari Griffin, a subscriber to the channel, with the catch. But Clemson's terrible offense gives the ball right back to Georgia Tech. They come out in an empty backfield. They give it to Griffin. End around does not work. Andrew Rice is all over that. TFL on the play. 3rd down and 8. Let's see if Clemson can get off of the field. This was a tremendous play by Rice though. He stayed inside, made the tackle, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, Clemson's up 7-0 over Georgia Tech. As we go further on in the second quarter, it be 2 minutes left, 3rd down and inches. Clemson's up 14-0. Andrew Rice lined up on Ruiz. Oswalt keeps it on the quarterback draw, ends up getting the 1st down. It's 2nd down and 4 now, 1:53 left to go in the half. Fake snap count from Georgia Tech. Rice actually gets beat initially, but he stays with his man. Quarterback takes off. Scouting report does not lie. That's all he's doing. They've been locking him up, and he's been taking off. Now, they have a 3-man rush, a spy in the middle of the field. He tries to take off, and the spy ends up making him fumble. 4-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 6. 1:34 left to go in the half. They send the tight end in motion. Rice gets hands on the wide receiver. Oswalt trying to find somebody, dumps it off to Lewis. Nothing on the play. Forcing a 3rd down and 6. And this is where Clemson needs to get off of the field. Looking like a 3-man rush. Spy in the middle of the field. Oswalt with time. Throws it. It's intercepted by Beck. Beck with a lot of green grass to run. Andrew Rice trying to cut off Ruiz. Ruiz trying to hawk him down. Beck is going to go all the way. That's a pick 6 for Clemson. And that pretty much just flipped the game right there. That was a chance for Georgia Tech to really make this a 1-score game. But that pick 6 just made it a 3-score game. Man, 14-point swing right there for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Now it's 49 seconds left to go in the half, and they're down 21-0. They split the tight end out wide. Rice presses the man at the line of scrimmage. Oswalt trying to find somebody, decides he's gonna take off. Andrew Rice ends up making the play. If y'all saw at the beginning of the video what Rice was doing in practice, that's what he did right there. 3-man rush coming from Clemson. Man coverage. Oswalt decides to take off. The spy ends up getting him down. Rice ends up finishing the tackle. 4-yard gain. 3rd down and 3. Everyone trying to get back to the line. Rice presses his man. Nice man coverage. Oswalt decides to go deep and it's picked off. Just a terrible decision, but I still kind of understand why he decided to throw that. Well, no I don't, but I understand why he didn't decide to take off. They've been stopping him with the spy ever since it was about 2 minutes left to go in the first half. He decided to force the ball to his #1 wide receiver and it gets picked off. Clemson's up 24-0 at halftime though. Crazy score for a top 15 matchup. It's the Reason Sports Halftime Show, brought to you by the Reason Sports Universe. If you want to have a player on this channel, then please watch this video right here. You can be a character in the Reason Sports Network universe. We make content for high school, college, and the pros. You can submit a form. The link will be in the description. However, if you sign up with Patreon, you'll have a lot more customization and control over your character. The link will be in the description. You can also view your player's season and career stats online. The link will be in the description. I also added a social media feature for the universe to be more immersive. The link to that video will also be in the description. If you don't have Patreon but you still want to be featured on the channel more, then make sure you're active in the comment section. You being consistently active reminds me to put you on the channel in some way. When you submit a form, your character will be put in the universe. You can see yourself in a live stream or video when teams play, but it's highly unlikely that you'll see me controlling your player throughout a game if you don't have Patreon. Signing up with Patreon gives you control over attributes, accessories, gives you a GTA face, control over your backstory, and you'll be one of the best players in the universe. Now, if you're new to this channel, anybody that has a period next to their name means that they are a subscriber to the channel, and anybody with an apostrophe next to their name means that they are a Patreon member. But it's halftime. Let's take a recap of what happened in the first half. Clemson's defense has been all over the Georgia Tech offense, playing great man coverage downfield, getting pressure with a 3-man rush, and having a spy in the middle of the field. It's making the Georgia Tech quarterback have nowhere to go with the football, and that's their plan today. They've gotten a pick 6, they've gotten countless more turnovers in this game. It's just been ugly for the Georgia Tech offense, especially considering that they have a good quarterback and they have a stacked wide receiver group. Just a bad performance by them. Great performance by the Clemson defense. Like, look at this, bro. 23 passing yards, 38 rushing yards in the first half with 2 turnovers. Not gonna win a lot of football games like that. Let's get on with the second half though. Andrew Rice presses Ruiz. Ruiz trying to go somewhere. Oswalt decides to take off. The spy's all over him. He only got 3 yards on the play. Immaculate man coverage from Clemson throughout this game. Immaculate. 2nd down and 7. Rice presses his man again. Oswalt trying to find somebody. Rice is all over that out route. 5 for 9, 23 passing yards, 2 interceptions. That's what lockdown defense is. 3rd down and 9. Oswalt drops back. Rice all over his man. Dumps it off to Baker and he ends up getting the 1st down. Clemson's defense with a failure right there. They had an opportunity to get off of the field. Rice with inside leverage on Ruiz once again, all over him. Oswalt checks it down again. That's all he's going to do throughout this game because he can't take off, can't throw the ball downfield. He's just going to have to check it down. 1st down and 10. Rice presses his man. 3-man rush. Oswalt decides to take off. Ends up getting tackled by the spy 2 yards down the field. 2nd down and 8. Rice all over Ruiz once again. The man coverage is locking him down. Quarterback decides to take off and he gets sacked this time. 3rd down and 10 as the 3rd quarter ends. Ugly game for Georgia Tech. 31-0 Clemson. Sheesh. Andrew Rice really shouldn't be in the game for much longer. He presses Ruiz right here. Ruiz actually had a step on him. The quarterback stayed in the pocket just a little bit more. He could have found him. Rice, press man over Ruiz. Ruiz, nowhere to go. Quarterback ends up getting sacked. Just an ugly game from the Tech offense. Empty backfield. Rice, locking up his man. Oswalt, trying to find somebody, ends up getting sacked because the coverage was elite. 3rd down and 25. And I love how Clemson's crowd is still into this game. Up 31-0. Oswalt trying to find somebody. Rice locked him down. Ends up finding the man for 15 yards, but it'll be short of the sticks, 4th down. And that'll be the end of the game. Clemson with another impressive win over the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. This was the play of the game, the pick 6. I don't even know why the quarterback threw it right there. And then you can see Andrew Rice making sure number 4 does not get to him. Zeke McIntyre, subscriber to the channel, is the player of the game with 16 carries, 76 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 catches for 30 yards. And that's the final score, 31-7. Georgia Tech got themselves a little cheap touchdown at the end of the game when all the backups weren't in. Andrew Rice was out of the game. The whole starting secondary and defensive line was out of the game. Got themselves a little cheap touchdown, made the score look better than what it actually was. But if you watch this game from start to finish, you know this was a butt whooping by the Clemson Tigers. Here's a look at the stats in this game. Remember, anybody with a period next to their name means that they are a subscriber to the channel. Anybody with an apostrophe next to their name means that they are a Patreon member. It's Reezy, owner of the Reason Sports Network. Make sure y'all like the video, make sure y'all comment on the video, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, and make sure you click on the post notification bell too. If you want to see a similar video to this, then watch this video right here.